We will not show you those autopsy images, but as they flashed on the big screens in the courtroom, family members and jurors wept. The pathologist telling those 12 men and women Thomas Hunter and Shirley Sherman died after a knife severed important blood vessels in their necks. These are the diagrams drawn up by the doctor who performed the autopsies. You can see the markings on Shirley Sherman that show injuries, 18 of them, and the entrance and exit wounds from an 8-inch knife. Similar injuries noted for Thomas Hunter. A pathologist who reviewed the autopsy report said the pair bled to death.
They established what is the prima facie case. So they have to establish death and the fact that the death was non-accidental. And that's kind of obvious.
Colin Mangrum wrote the book on evidence. He keeps it on his desk at Creighton Law School. He says autopsy evidence in a murder trial helps tell a story.
That these were thought out, analytical, precise murders done by the same person.
The defense team peppered the doctor about who died first in the Hunter home, which is crucial for their theory about the killings. They think Sherman was the intended victim, not Hunter, who's the child of a Creighton doctor who fired the defendant, Anthony Garcia. Bob Mata Sr. references a photo. Is this vomit on Thomas, he asks. The pathologist replies it could be. It's not uncommon for people to vomit after death. If Thomas walked in and saw Shirley being murdered, would that cause vomiting, the defense attorney asked. The pathologist replied it could. Well, then Mata started grilling the pathologist about taking body temperatures in the field and checking for body stiffening after death in an apparent attempt to get that pathologist to say who died first. The pathologist said she couldn't make that determination about Hunter or Sherman, even saying some of the techniques Mata referenced were not standard practice and just from TV shows. Rob, Julie?
All right, David, thanks. And this afternoon, the jury hears about the other two murders.
5 years after the first killings, Garcia is accused in the deaths of Creighton doctor Roger Brumbach and his wife, Mary. KETV News Watch 7's Christina Engel is live outside the courthouse with more.
And Julie, we first heard from a piano mover who says he arrived at the Brumbach house on May 14th, 2013, around 9:30 a.m. And he says the inside door was open, so he knocked on the door, but he says nobody came to answer, so he tried opening the storm door just to shout inside to see if anybody was home. That's when he looked down and found this, a gun clip. Prosecutors believe it's from the gun used to kill Roger and Mary Brumbach 2 days earlier. Jason Peterson, that mover, testified he immediately backed away and called police. Detective Derek Moyse was called to the scene. He says they also found a bullet casing between the Brumbach security and storm door. Moyse then shared his theory that Roger Brumbach was shot standing in front of his security door. Moyse says the bullet went through him and through his door. The detective also said Mary had, quote, significant defense wounds, a deep laceration to her left thumb with kitchen knives found laying nearby. Now, Moyse is the same detective that was called to investigate Shirley Sherman and Thomas Hunter in 2008. And he testified that upon walking into the Brumbach home, before even knowing who the victims were, he says he verbally acknowledged to another detective the similarities between that homicide and the 2008 Dundee homicide. Now, of course, his theory did not go unchallenged by the Garcia defense team. We'll have much more on that tonight at 10. Reporting live at the Douglas County Courthouse, Christina Engdahl, KETV News Watch 7.